Yo, what it is, everybody? Thanks for tuning back into another episode here on the Speed Bug channel. Been a little MIA, as I said in my last video, and the videos have held off quite a bit because I am working on something for the channel and also for myself. But y'all will eventually see that here and hopefully soon, but I'm still trying to give you some updates and stuff like that. So, excuse me. While I want to give you guys an update, I actually got Snow White here in the house, and we're gonna give you an update in exactly Snow White. Y'all seen it on my Instagram. Again, if y'all don't follow me on Instagram at the Speed Bug, same name here as YouTube, make sure you do, because you will get all of the latest updates and a lot of stuff I don't make videos on. That's always on my Instagram. So the fact that now we got Snow White here, you know, got her all in the garage, doing some tune-up stuff on her, making sure that she's all up to date. Don't mind the cord plugged in, she's charged in, you know, getting some battery juice and stuff like that. And then, of course, you know, just going over a few things, checking on my oil lines, checking out everything else. Many of you guys have seen the engine and stuff like that. But I'll go over a few things on what we recently changed over at Lashway Tuning to go ahead and get that thrown on at the dyno. So I went ahead and got rid of the Grip Tech pulley. Excuse me, no. I got a Grip Tech pulley. Went ahead and got rid of the back cut drive pulley that A&A gave me that we recommended to put on for some grip. The problem with that is that when it was coming off and the throttle was closing, and then the boost charge that was in the charge pipe, kind of like hitting the brakes with compressor surge. So it was chewing up the belts and stuff like that. Not only do I know I need another blow-off valve, but having the Grip Tech pulley actually on the supercharger itself really does help, and it addresses a lot of that belt slip. However, how much power with this YSI, and I'm spinning this joker to the moon now, as you guys can really see how small the damn pulley is, and that's the YSI. It's pretty small. It's on a 2.7, so it's pretty tiny. We're spinning this joker to the moon. Also changed out and went up 3 sizes on the lower balancer pulley. So the largest that we could put on the C7, we're at an 825. I think that's what it is, or 875. I don't remember. So she's getting some RPM and stuff like that. So now that you guys can see that, it's kind of really hard to see, but let's see if we can get it all the way in the camera. But it's all the way down there. So big overdrive pulley for the supercharger and stuff like that. Also changed some things around. This car is meth injected. It's still on 93. I do not run any race gas. I have no intention on running any race gas. I am aware that I could probably pick up, with how much power that this joker made, you know, 150, maybe even 200 wheel. Because I am running this thing rich to keep it kind of cool because it is on 93 and meth. Yes, I am spraying a lot of meth, you know, to aid it, but of course you don't want to just have a whole bunch of 93 and then take it out and then put a bunch of meth in and stuff like that. That's obviously not as stable as running like some ethanol gas and things like that. But everything is going well. With that, the transmission is actually still holding up. I haven't changed anything with that from the last time that I did all of the work with the transmission, so that's one. But I know it is probably going to be on borrowed time. So new trans is actually going to come in with this one, a built one actually soon. And of course, if it's coming out, because the trans is in the rear, I'm gonna do a built diff too. So the diff is actually still stock in this car. The trans has some upgrades in it. You know, full converter and input shaft and stuff like that. But again, it's only going to still last for so long with, you know, a lot of its stock internal parts like that. So we did throw her on the dyno. She did pick up exactly what I wanted, about 150 extra to the tire. I don't disclose numbers. You already know it made a couple horsepower. For the ones that wanted to know or ask, did it make over 1,000 wheel? Yes, it did, but I am not going to tell you exactly how much. But she's doing good with the new tune and things like that, and with the Grip Tech pulley, it runs a lot smoother. Running it a little richer and things like that, it definitely is running a lot better, and it's actually a little bit more street manageable as opposed to some other things. I really think there was so much belt slip as well with the other pulley system that the car with the MAF and everything like that, it really was wigging out. But everything else is perfectly fine. For the ones that want to see the inside of this car, you can still see it is still a 100% quote-unquote street car, just race car and in church clothes. I rarely ever drive this thing ever on the street. I don't want anything to happen to it, nor do I ever want anything happen to my front end. So eventually I will probably end up putting a roll bar or something like that in the back, you know, with the nitrous bottles and things like that, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I've just been so busy with some other things. As far as the front end, a lot of people ask me about the ZR1 front end. Do I like it? Yes, it looks badass. Yes, it's fantastic. Yes, it allows a lot more airflow. Yes, it does exactly everything that I wanted to do. However, it has been nothing but a royal pain in the ass since I've put it on. Not because like it's a piece of shit, the quality or anything like that, the paint or no. Everything is perfectly fine as far as that. It just by being so low and draping so low, it is just a pain in the ass. You have to scout and look everywhere. Primarily that this car lives and stays on the racetrack, it's not so much of an issue, but getting in and out, sometimes even on the trailer, it's still kind of even a pain in the ass. As you guys can see from my car, how it used to look, it was slammed, and now I'm having to raise it up 2 inches, and it still freaking scrapes everywhere. Even the fact that when I slam on the brakes at the track, the nose even hit once when the car started to lift the front tires, and it's rather kind of annoying. So as badass as it looks, as much as I would love to put it on Pikachu and stuff like that, it's just not happening. So I'm going to leave the front end. Everything else is pretty good. The R888s that I keep on my 20s, I am not putting a drag pack or anything on this. I do everything that I like to do on the 20s or on my other 20-inch slicks. That's how it's going to stay. I made a comparison on the R888s and the R7s. Yes, they're auto track tires, but maybe one day we'll go down to an 18 or something like that, but I'm definitely not doing the 15-inch conversion or anything like that. I know how fast this thing would really be with the amount of power that it creates, but excuse me, it's just not something that I really want to do, and I want to build a really fast car. It's definitely not going to be in this one, but that's the update with the C7. Everything is working fantastic and working great as it should be. The meth is good, the fuel's good, finding limits of other things in the car, but there's probably not much more as far as power that this thing is going to create. And then obviously with all this Corona bullshit and stuff like that, once this surpasses and then I can go to more racetracks and things like that, we'll see this Joker back on the track. Also, after I decide we'll also get this thing to the track, I've neglected a little bit of this for a while, but we'll bring back to the bike content. You guys seem to like that video quite a bit. So we'll definitely get the bike content going and stuff like that. I definitely want to do an ultimate and epic race sometime soon. I just have to find the potential right rider that I trust and know and have the expertise to power and ride this bike, keep the front wheel down and stuff like that to race this versus that. Even though I know this is going to smoke that, for the individuals that don't know or don't think so, you're sorely mistaken. When you build a fast car, you realize how slow bikes really are. And I could tell you this right now, as much as this bike is, and I love this bike, and it's fast as shit and stuff like that, you know, 200 plus rear wheel horsepower bike, it's fantastic. It's great. Great's a lot of torque. It's definitely not going to beat this in acceleration, and damn for sure not top speed. But it'll still be fun to see it and see how much faster that the car really is. It'll just be cool. It'll just be fun. And we'll go from there. But more content and stuff like that, that's absolutely coming. Gromskis are still good. We got the Trans Am under the cover. I have pretty much kind of neglected that even since I got it back. But that is actually going to go racing now that we have the built rear end and a few other parts to get it down the track. I'm not so worried about shattering this thing on the ground. Again, if anyone needs a 10 bolt, a stock one, you can pretty much have it for free. It's still sitting here on my garage floor. So if anyone needs it, let me know. I'll be more than happy to hook it up with you. It's probably going to be more than it's worth to ship it. But if you're around the South Florida area or something like that, I can maybe meet up with you and fantastically give it to you or something like that. So, but that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys like what you saw. Facebook, Instagram, @SpeedBug. Same name. Here's YouTube. Talk to you soon. Peace out.